Hi, it was so weird watching or listening to you guys.
It was weird doing it.
Without
Definitely weird doing it.
It was amazing to listen to though. It was actually brilliant. It's so fucking professional and so class. Like,
That's good to
it's
hear.
a great listen.
No, it was a good weekend. I enjoyed it. You always have that wee thing of like, wonder was it good enough for people?
Oh,
I don't know, but no, it was. I found it very entertaining.
Definitely brilliant.
I know I didn't.
Hello everybody and welcome to our podcast Mind the Time. We are back with all three lads again today. So on my left we have of course Brandy Mahan.
What about you? Say what's crack?
What is the story, Brandy?
All's well, hey, all well. Knackered and well sore head all day because of the heat.
Oh Jesus Christ, the minute we get about a heat it just comes along and gives you a fucking sore head like.
If it's pushing down, I'm complaining about it being pushing down, and when it's sunny, I'm like, oh, head's killing me. So no, hi, grand, all good, glad to be here.
Glad you're here. Glad the three of us are here.
Yep, the three boys.
Absolutely.
What's crack, Shawnee boy?
All good. I'm very good. I was in Buncrana today.
You were in Buncrana today.
Buncrana.
You love Buncrana.
I do know. Like
Buncrana is a cracker place though, isn't it? And the fact that it's only 20 minutes down the road.
Exactly.
You know, I love that corner when you're going down and you just, the swilly just opens up in front of you. Like,
Did you ever hear how they got their name?
Buncrana.
There used to be, Buncrana didn't exist, and it was all there was a wee shop that sold buns, and a boy landed down one day and bought all their buns and tried to cram them all into his mouth, and the boy goes, "You're a wild bun crammer," and then it translated into Buncrana. So there you go.
I hope that's true.
Did you just make that up, Brent?
Possibly, yeah.
What about the name Budgeon? Do you ever hear it called Budgeon?
Budgeon. Somebody said that recently, and I was all
Buncrana Budgeon.
My dad used to call it Budgeon.
We would have called it, we nicknamed it Bunky when we used to go down when we were skating. We used to always go down to this wee school on Sundays and like a chapel and on Buncrana when they were closed and skate. And we always called it Bunky, but that was just.
That was your
we just said that ourselves. Like I never heard Budgeon.
No, Budgeon was a thing. I think older people would have used it.
yeah,
You know.
I've heard it before. Definitely.
I'm assuming it comes from the Irish or something word from it, but I'm only guessing.
Reminds me of a bird.
Budgeon's the Irish word for cramming buns under your mouth.
Maybe
Your man's doing a fair whack of budgeon.
he's budging some buns under his mouth.
Budgeon like fuck, you're on boy.
A bungin smuggler.
Smuggling budgeons. So I have to crack. It's all three of us back again. I was missing last week.
You were.
I was mad. Where was I? I was doing a gig.
What's your excuse? Oh, okay, you're doing a gig.
I was doing a gig. I was in the Kosh that night. Did a couple of really good gigs last week. So the Kosh was a brilliant night. Shane Todd, Dave Elliott, Connor Keys, Heather Anderson, Eamon McElwee, and then on the Friday night I was in a place called Kinturk. Have you ever heard of Kinturk? It's down the directions of where your relatives would be, Brendy, down on the other side of Derry, the South Derry.
Oh, south. Oh.
Well, it's actually along the Loch Shore. It's between Moy and Arbo. Anyway, I'd never heard it before in my life.
No.
There's a reason why I didn't, because it's a townland and it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like. I was late getting there because I was stuck behind a silage trailer for nearly like.
That stinks, man.
It's second nature in that part of the world. You have to expect that.
Oh, and there was like grass growing in the middle of the road and all, but got there and it was a community centre, and as I say, like there's no main street or anything or no shops or anything like that.
No,
it's just a community centre in the middle of a field. So got there and the show was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. Posters were up for 8 o'clock and blah, blah, blah. And 8:05 there was 3 people there.
Right.
So I said to the guy that was organising it, like, what's the crack? What do you reckon? I get you more tickets sold. And he goes, sure, geez, people will get here when they get here. So we got started about 5 to 9.
Is that right?
Yeah, people just came along.
Filled up a wee bit anyway.
Man, people just started like just dandering in it like 20 to 9. The show should have been 40 minutes in. But just
that's how it's still slow country lifestyle.
Slow
You're not going to get
country
rush hour lemons, you know.
definitely not slow country life.
You've been living in the big city too long now.
I know, man. You know? I know. But even Claudia was a big city in comparison to Kinturk. I went back to Claudia that night and I felt like I was in the fucking New York or something.
Bright lights and horns everywhere and all. Taxi!
And then the actual gig itself was a bit mad because this happens. Like, say when you start up a comedy club, it takes a wee while for, if people haven't been to comedy clubs before, just to get used to what happens, you know,
the vibe and what goes
what's
on.
expected of them, what the vibe is, and blah blah blah. But there was never comedy there before. So I got up on stage, I was emceeing, hello everybody, my name's Fintan Harvey, and just a wall of noise, just people talking. Just chatting. So very quickly had to just throw down the fucking, what's happening here tonight. We're going to talk, you're going to listen, we're going to have the crack, you're going to laugh, we're going to laugh.
Did you shush him? Did you go, shh?
I did do a wee bit of shushing now.
Shh.
And then I had the thing then of country bar. Everybody's just going to want a bit of fucking slagging. So I went round to 50 people in the place and
Just
slagged them all individually. Yep. And just had the crack, man. And
you get them on side then, but don't you?
People just come out of themselves and they were slagging other people at the other tables and just there was a bit of bouncing back and forward and all. And it was class, man. It was one of them nights you kind of had to work for it. But
you have to know how to get through to your particular audience that you're in front of that night.
You have to fight them all after.
Man, I went round all the tables after and I sat and chatted to everybody and all because I could have went and a drink there, no baller.
You were honorary Kentuckian.
We honorary Kentuckian. And there was this guy who was standing at the bar, right? And every time he walked past me, because I was on and off, I was MCing, and he was about 35, but he looked like a farmer, you know,
right?
Like he'd fed and fucking raw meat and corn feed, like big lump of a fella. And every time he walked past me, he kept doing a knuckle punch. He was half full, like kept doing like a knuckle punch. And my God, man, my hand that night was sore as fuck, like just this big dirty punch.
Hand like cinder blocks on him.
But then I was going on for the second half, and I'd done that thing. You know what people do? They give you a wee playful punch. He goes, "There's some night here, big lad." Punch me clean the ribs, man.
Jesus, you took a breath out of you.
I was going on stage like.
Bring a fucking knuckle duster with you next time.
I just had him back.
Break your hand off his face.
Break the knuckle duster and all.
Oh, Jesus.
But it's good night. It's good night.
It is. Kentucky.
Are people from there, are they Kenturkish?
They're Kentuckians.
Kenturkians, right.
So they have Kentucky for
they're Kenturkish of nationality.
So I heard a wee thing that people down around the Loch Shore,
right,
there's always been through history a wee bit of madness, like just another type of people. You know what I mean? It's
like
just
certain fumes coming off the lock or something.
Apparently the midgies drive them crazy.
Well, I would well believe that because they do. They send you clean nuts.
Imagine a whole race of people living beside a lake, and the fucking midgies just drove them mad. Like.
It's like that film. Do you ever see that film, The Crazies? Where it's like something happens to this wee town in America, and something that's recent enough, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, something happens to like the water supply or whatever, something gets into it, and all these people in the town just start going fucking mental, going crazy, basically. But it starts with like this baseball game, and like these Waynes this is like the opening scene, they're playing this baseball game, and the whole town's there, and then this boy like starts walking out onto the pitch with like a shotgun. He's like a farmer, and they're all like, oh, everyone knows him. They're all like, Terry, what are you doing? Like, baseball game here, come on, big man. And he keeps walking and keeps walking. He's got this like mad look in his eye, and then he lifts his like shotgun, and they have to just like shoot him, and then everyone starts going mental. I bet you it's something like that there.
I bet you it is, man. You know? I bet you it is. See if some heard to walk down with a fucking shotgun, though. Well, maybe your man just walked down with his right arm.
Just your man would break that one in half. Yeah, just like a Kit Kat.
Bang. But good times. How have you been keeping, Sean?
I've been good.
Yeah,
I've been in Buncrana. I'm fucking happy
well, we're way off subject now. Buncrana. What were you doing in Budgeon?
I'm all up for the Buncrana at the minute. I went to Swan Park.
Nice.
Neighbour Swan Park.
Oh, it's a lovely spot.
It's fucking
it's all done up these days.
Gorgeous.
I have to admit, I haven't been there since it's been done up.
No, it's lovely.
I just went round. I've got this thing. See if there's like wood carvings. I have to get selfies.
Oh, they're class. I've seen them.
I always have to get selfies and then try and like think of like wee quips or wee puns.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like seeing an owl carving, and I was like, "We're getting the owl. We're getting the owl." Well, we're getting the owl.
That's a hoot.
That's the way we. That's the way we say owl. Owl. We say owl.
Getting wild owl.
Getting wild owl.
Oh yeah.
No, but it is class. And obviously the thing, because we touched on it last week, Brendan, the thing that drew me to Buncrana again was thinking skinnies.
That's right.
We
are a wee soft scone.
So what's the crack? I heard just talking about your hard scones, all right?
Hard scones. Had to redeem myself. So I've had two since. Two nice soft scones.
Nice one.
Out of the same place?
That one was just an anomaly.
Nah, that's the old one out in the way to Port Rush. This is
fuck that.
The one in Buncrana at the shorefront. Gorgeous. It's the scenery.
Yeah.
Like you've got on a showing just there, and it's gorgeous.
The scenery makes the scone soft.
And then it probably is.
You wouldn't dream of having a hard scone down there looking at that. You couldn't.
That's probably what it is. It probably softens them up. They probably put them outside in the morning. Might be that salty air.
Seagulls pick away at them.
But it's just, I've just taken I've definitely like because Buncrana was always lovely. It's always a nice wee town, but I've just really taken to it recently. But I do this like this every year. I probably have like a new wee town that I sort of frequent. So it's Buncrana at the minute, and as you say, it's 20 minutes away.
I know.
And the main reason I actually went down, I wasn't even supposed to be there the day. I was posting a parcel to Germany, an art print, and I made the stupid mistake last week of using Royal Mail. And I would say because of all the fucking bastardy of Brexit, bastardy.
Oh, we'll go with
Is that a word?
Yeah.
It's a new word now.
Yeah.
We know what
Put it
you
out in the
mean.
dictionary,
The
motherfuckers.
bastardization.
The bastardization of Brexit, it got stuck in customs and
Of
sent
course
back.
it did.
So,
No way.
yeah, and it's currently in fucking London. It's been in London for like a week because I tracked it.
Jeez, if you had been still there, Brendan, you could have picked it up.
Could have grabbed it for you right enough.
I don't know. So I sent one today through Post, but I went to the bridge end and it was closed. So I just went, fuck it, I'll drive on to Buncrana. Do it
Give
down
myself a
there.
wee
Get an
score.
excuse. I didn't actually get a scone today. It's gone today.
Here
Here
today,
tomorrow.
it's gone
It's
tomorrow.
gone tomorrow.
Hi, we were all witnessing that one.
Last time I was in Buncrana, me and my two mates went down to that there's a wee Nepalese restaurant down there,
aye.
Nepalese
Yeah.
Indian called Sherpa. Absolutely stunning. So it was.
Where's that on the?
It's just on the main street. It's basically like across from Abercrombie, up the road a wee bit. But me and my mate went down anyway, and it was actually a funny story. We basically thought the waiter was pranking us, right? Because we went in, right, and there was this wee young guy in front of the house, and he must have been about 20. Do you know what I mean? He was obviously, I think he was Nepalese or Indian or whatever. But he like showed us their table. We were all like, "Can we get a wee table for 3?" And he was all, "He's booked." We were all, "Nah." And he was all, "Oh," but he was all, "Let me see if I can get you anything." And he came over and he was running about mad. You know, one of these boys really busy like. So he came over and was all, "Hi, come on over here and sit down." So we went and sat at this wee table, and then he was all, "Right, I'll be back with menus in 2 seconds. Do you want a wee drink in the meantime?" And I was all, "I 3 beers or whatever. It was Cobra or Tiger or whatever." So that was grand. He went away, and then I'd say about a minute, if not about 45 seconds to a minute later, he comes back over again. And goes, "How's it going, guys? Can I get you a wee drink?" And we were all, well, 3 Cobras, like we just ordered them there now, like. And he was all, "Oh, sorry," and walked away. And we were all, "Your man's mad." He comes back over again about a minute later with the 3 drinks in the menus, and then it was all right. "I'll give you a wee second to look at this here." What the fuck's going on? This happened a few times. We were all, "This boy's mental." Turns out it was twins. They both worked there. I swear to God, they were dressed the same. They were identical twins, or they were close to identical anyway, and they both. I thought it was the same guy for like 5 minutes. But what the fuck's going on?
You thinking there was midges down in Buncrana?
I thought I was losing my mind, but so that was a good laugh.
Thought you were being racist. You were all, "Fuck all, everybody looks the same." Like.
No, they were. If they were, I never got confirmation that they were twins, but it was basically the same guy twice. So if they weren't twins, they were about a year apart, and they were nearly identical.
Did you get charged twice?
No, we did not. In fact, I don't even think we paid.
It's just on a runner.
The double theft.
But no, the food was unreal.
Yeah, good grub. It's only recent years I've started to go down. Down to Buncrana. Well, obviously I've been living in Dublin and all that crack, and then Derry City started playing down in Buncrana.
That's right.
And then I started going out with Sarka at the same time, and her mum's side of the family are all Buncrana, and they've
all
like a
Bunkians.
mobile home down there and stuff we go down to, and love it. Love Buncrana.
There you go.
Yeah, cracker wee place.
Buncrana's getting a sore touch tonight, or the opposite of a sore touch.
Man, it's going to be an Irish tourist board. We're just us talking about it. How
that's
class
it,
is, like. Yeah.
Picture of us 3 as you come into the town, the wee fire station.
There's so much stuff you can do down there too, or go on to do. Like you've got Dunree Fort. Have you ever been there too?
Oh, aye.
With the
Amazing.
museum and all.
Oh, aye.
It's amazing.
There's
And
a
then
place.
you-
There's a
Memore
place
Gap.
called Leanan. You ever in Leanan Fort?
Leanan,
Oh, it's unreal. It's a lot more like it's still there, but you can go down
Aye.
like steps underground. These
class.
big caverns. And all. It's terrifying. It's creepy as fuck, but that's cool.
And then you've Memore Gap.
Yep.
Fucking
Amazing.
brilliant. Uris Lakes are up there too. Still got to get up there.
Oh, what is up there?
The Uris Lakes.
Oh,
Right.
I've never been up
Yeah.
at the lakes now, but
No,
I've seen
same.
photos. Looks class.
Basically, you go up an incline, and then when it drops down a bit, and there's just lakes.
Leafy.
Like up a big. Would you call it a mountain? Is that?
Aye.
They'd be mountainous. But like you should. I've only seen pictures too.
Well, we'll
Sounds
have
cool.
to do that. We'll have to get up and get a
Michelle.
wee swim in the lake.
Get a wee bathe.
The wee podcast
Baby
up there.
chiller will bring a couple of sponges, a bubble bath.
The one thing I will say about Buncrana, and it's not the people of Buncrana's fault. It's
You
the.
watch what you say.
Oh no, I'll fucking watch what I say. All right, it's the water. The
Right.
water is not safe for bathing. and Buncrana Beach.
What are you on about?
There's a sewage pipe going into it.
Well, no, that's Fintan. That's Fintan Beach. Has that problem? Does
All the one.
Buncrana have all the same? Like
Yeah.
Ned's Point and all too?
Yeah.
Yeah, for fuck's
How the further you go
Right.
out towards Dunree and stuff, the more you go into the open ocean, and
it's a bit better.
cleaner.
No, I have
You're
heard that.
not supposed to swim in Buncrana or Lisfannon now.
Well, there's a lot of people not
Jesus.
listening to
I
it.
know
Aye.
we used to go down, like there was a
There's a
couple of years
choir
ago.
wreck in the like seen them all splashing about.
Well, they're all
mutating.
going to grow another fucking
I'd always
arm.
heard it about Lisfannon and like Fallen, but never heard it about like some Ned's Point and stuff. But hey, I don't know.
Aye. But you know they're all going to grow a third arm and fucking...
Sure,
Happy
what's
days.
what's
Come
the
in
foil too? Foil's getting what, like
Foil.
a million fucking tons of
Clean
sewage,
bogging, that's what it is.
like pumped into it every year or some shit.
mental, like.
Because I was watching, there was a seal on it the other day. It was raining, and I was in the lower deck, and everybody had the same idea. It was like a lovely day. I forget what day it was. Some day last week, and I walked on the town, and then it started just like, I swear to God, blue skies then rain. Typical fucking Irish weather, like. And then everybody had the same idea. Everybody was just standing there, no, under the bridge. And I got chatting to this guy, but we were watching this seal. And
I love
that's
to
all
see
we
a seal.
talked about then. We were all the fucking sewage. How's that seal? What's it
it'll be
doing?
grand. I had a wee
Even
otter
if
I
it
used to
was
hang
a
about me
seal?
too down there when I worked in Pike and Palms.
A wee what?
A wee otter used to hang about me. He used to come up all the time. And he would
Wow.
just, I swear to God, he would like pop his head up and he'd be, oh, what's crack? Named him Ollie the otter.
Ollie the otter.
But no, I've seen him do him one day, and I swear to God, I've like seen it with my own eyes always. I wouldn't have believed it. Do you know when you're like and swimming and you float backwards and you kind of
Aye.
kick your legs a wee bit and you kind of just think he was just doing that. He was just floating backwards and just kind of kicking his wee arms and legs and just chilling, floating about. I was
He
just
sounds like a cool wee fucker.
oh, it was
like.
cool, dude. Hey, and otters apparently, like I told my dad, and he was, oh, really? otters are quite rare to spot. Do you know what I mean? But this
Aye.
one, I seen this one, but fucking about 3 times a week. He was up. Obviously, maybe he smelled the food or something and came up looking for, I don't know. But he was always in the one wee area beside the wee jetty, like beside the pod. You know what I mean?
Imagine he'll be going back to his own pod and kind of
exactly.
kind of going. I remember I had this human
I
friend.
hadn't seen him in ages now. He must not work here anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
I call him Henry the human.
I nicknamed him Henry. One time he was like Stanton. Just standing there, like, no, like Stanton with his arms folded.
You know that thing the humans do, and then he just kind of crossed his arms and started walking backwards.
Bert.
Madness.
Remember robots?
Do you remember robots? Is that
I
what you
love
said?
robots. Remember the robots? Remember our robots? By the time.
By the time.
Boys, you are both scratching your eyes.
I know, is it just because we went straight from
Or not
honors?
scratching your eyes, like rubbing your eyes, like
I was
you are
nearly
tired.
asleep. I am tired.
Who used to sleep, and I'll rock the podcast. I mean,
You keep
what's
her
happening,
going there,
lads?
Sean.
Just talk about Buncrana for an hour.
Buncrana, scones,
Dirty
charity
water.
shops, good gin.
It's
But I can't always have a gin because I'm a bit driving.
I get them in the big grand.
Driving home.
Actually, no, don't do it.
So the laws are tougher down there. it'd be grand.
That's it. No.
But the foil, isn't the foil? That's the fastest flowing river in Europe.
One of anyway, I've heard, and also at points one of the widest.
Ah.
Yeah, not like see when you get down towards like Greencat, like one of the widest rivers.
I thought you said whitest. I was always looking at the same fucking river.
Because if you look,
Brown.
there's parts of you look at the foil, and it doesn't look like a river. It looks
No,
like
so it
a
goes on the
fucking
loch
ocean.
foil then,
Do you know what I mean? But no, apparently I've never actually seen that anywhere factual. I've just always heard it.
I've always heard it too,
chose
actually.
to believe it.
Yeah.
Why not? Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We have to have something that Belfast doesn't have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck them. So we were going to talk about...
Buncrana's the new Belfast. Fuck Belfast.
so we were going to talk about threesies today.
That's right. There's 3 of us.
So there's 3 of us. So we're going to look at like famous trios. We've got the 3 Stooges.
We do.
That's us. 3 Musketeers. Also us.
Also us.
3 Wise Men.
Yeah.
Also us.
Definitely not us.
What do you say if there's some that I don't even know? Oh, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
Animaniacs.
It's time for
Animaniacs.
show.
And those are the facts.
Bum, bum, bum,
Jack.
bum.
Very famous trio here, boys. The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
The boys.
One of the most famous of them all.
Oh Jesus.
And then
Are they not the same person?
3 Ninjas. Do you ever mind them? Did you ever watch
the
them?
3
films?
Ninjas.
Fuck, they were
I
some
loved
crack.
that when I come out.
10 points if you can tell me all their names right now.
Oh, fuck it.
hold on.
Let's see if it's on here. Hold
Rocky
on.
loves Emily.
Rocky's one.
Rocky. Cool. No, what there?
Close.
LL Cool. No, it's different, boy.
Cool. There's one like a double barrel.
There's a double barrel, but it's not the one that sounds like cool.
Rocky, Colt. Colt's one.
Colt's the wee boy, the smallest boy, and then the middle guy is the double barrel, and it's the same thing twice.
Yeah, Rocky something and Colt.
How do you remember that?
I don't know. Like, it's just one of them things you would have watched quite a bit.
All right.
Because
was there a few movies?
Yeah.
You see, I probably only remember the first one come out when I was wee. So that would have been, I'd say I'd have seen that well over 30 years ago, so I was not for remembering.
Tom, that's it.
Rocky, Tom, and Colt.
Yeah.
And Hulk Hogan was...
Three ninjas, high noon at Mega Mountain.
Yeah, that's
one of my favourites when I was away. Hey, Hulk Hogan's on it, playing like himself basically, but with a different name.
Class.
But he's the bad guy.
No, he's a good guy.
I thought he was a bad guy.
No, he's the guy that, like, they basically go to this like amusement park and he's like their favourite wrestler and he's appearing there that day. But then all these bad guys try and like rob the female gangster boss is called Medusa. She got like blonde hair.
Right.
And her a sidekick boy is the boy who was Ernest. Remember Ernest goes to Ernest is us here. They try and like rob this amusement park and then the three ninjas save the day. And then Hulk Hogan gets involved at the end. He helps them save the day.
Oh, I thought he was like coming off as the good guy. And
he was a goodie. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Okay.
I think that was him in WWE.
That was probably... No, do you know what that was? That was some sporting Trump recently.
Is that what it was?
Seen that the fucker.
Of course you would.
Let's make America great again. Rip his fucking shirt off. Nobody wants to see that shit anymore, boys.
No. What about, so we're going to do, so we have bands with 3 people in them.
Yes, we do.
We have trilogies, movies.
We do indeed.
With
We shall.
Yeah. What do we see? I'll just fire out another 3 more threesies here and see how we get on. There's a few of them that I don't know now.
Right.
3 Stooges, 3 Comrades, a book. Peter, Paul and Mary, isn't that the band?
They sing.
I don't care about the young folks.
No, that's Peter, Bjorn, and John.
Okay.
Peter, Paul, and Mary do like I'm leaving on a jet plane.
All right.
Don't know when I'll be back again. Was it Paul McCartney? Wasn't Paul McCartney?
No, it was John Denver.
Right.
That sung it.
But Peter, Paul, and Mary. That was they sang that anyway. Leaving on a jet plane.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever you call it.
Mary, Mungo, and Midge.
No.
Mary Mongo.
Don't know what that is.
I got nothing.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
That
was the Daffy Duck sort of
I
thing,
was
was
going to
it?
say the Chipmunks.
The wee kids. Wee cousins or some shit.
Charlie's Angels was another one.
Right.
Okay.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Oh yes, very good. They actually didn't come up with me. That's the three people bands for some reason. How could they not have?
Kirk, Spock, and McCoy.
Star Trek.
McCoy's Crisps, yeah.
Yep. Flame grilled steak.
Yo.
Solid, Liquid, and Solid as Snake. The Sons of Big Boss. Never heard tell it before in my life.
It's
Solid
just a bunch
Snake.
of random words.
That sounds like Metal Gear Solid. What was his name?
I'm Solid Snake.
Was he Scottish?
The Viper. Did you ever hear the Viper?
I'm Solid Snake.
Sure.
Mental Gear Salad.
Sounded like you were Sean Conneryized Solid Snake
Maybe
there.
it was.
So it's just giving me a whole load of things with 3 on it there, and
Three's a crowd sometimes.
3 as a crowd. Way too much going on there.
Never else, boys. But
No.
Listen to the wee list of bands I took down earlier with 3 people in them. Now this is just scratching the surface, but there's some crackers. Nirvana, obviously, first one came to last. Kurt Cobain, Chris Novel, Jib and Dave Grohl. And Novel Jib is his actual given name. It's not a poor pronunciation of. You've Blink 182. Wait, let me see if I can remember their names. Mark Hoppus, Tom DeLonge, and Travis Barker. Green Day, Cream, Jimi Hendrix Experience, The Police, ZZ Top, Rush, Primus, The Jam, Muse, Stereophonics, Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Buffy Clyro, We Are Scientists, and Violent Femmes. That's just the first ones I've seen that jumped out at me. There's plenty more too. But
we 3 pieces.
and you often, I'd say pretty much all of them are probably the same dynamic of a singer or somebody, so a guitarist, a bassist, and a drummer, and it's normally the guitarist who sings.
Yeah.
But there's exceptions. Like I think Cream and the Police. I know the Police. Sting sings and he plays bass, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? And it always becomes whoever the band, almost the 3-piece band, almost becomes about whoever is the singer.
Oh, okay.
Like Nirvana is always Kurt Cobain. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Green Day was always about Billy Joe. You know. But
Billy Joe, you know.
Billy Joe, indeed.
A lot of these bands come to play live and they need touring musicians because they have more than one guitar playing at the time. Do you know that kind of way? And there's even stuff where you might be playing a wee riff and you're singing, but you record it in the studio and you're playing away, but you're not singing at the same time because you can't really do it. It's too hard to hang. So that's when you run the wee problems. And there's normally going to be more than 3 on stage.
Or you stick an old backing track on sometimes.
You can do that as well, but I don't know. If I was a musician, I would like to stay away from if you're playing live, using backing tracks as well. Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah, you want it all live.
Take away from it a wee bit or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a musician.
As long as there's not too much, I think a wee backing track's grand. As long as there's not too much on it. If there's about 16 instruments on it, and then there's just 3 stand there, it'd be no good. But it'll all be I don't know, like a wee bit of synth or something, or just.
But when you ever see these buskers? I always seen loads of them in London where there's a boy standing with an acoustic guitar and all you can hear is bass, drums and big electric guitar solos and all. And he's just sitting there. You wonder, is that guitar even doing anything? Do you know what I mean? Probably not.
Yeah. What have we got with movies, Sean?
Movies. Do you know what? Most of these movies we've went over on the podcast before, they've all come up at some stage. So you're talking about things like Star Wars.
Started off with a trilogy, but it's not really. There's about 90 of them now. But the first 3, A New Hope, and then The Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. Was it?
So the Holy Trinity.
No, they're the
Star Wars movies.
The best 3.
Lord of the Rings, Mad Max. No, a lot of these. Sometimes there's films that have been added on, but if you want to talk about just classic trilogies,
proper trilogies,
we're going to forget about. Whatever, Mad Max obviously has had 2 more films.
It's reboots and all that.
I watched the 2 Towers again there, Lord of the Rings, a couple of weeks ago. It just happened to be flicking through and it was just starting and I thought...
In one sitting?
One sitting.
A long old show.
I thought I'll give it a wee go again because it's been years since I've seen it. Oh my God. Just fucking amazing.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
The 2 Towers.
I'm uneasy. I have to watch 1, 2, 3. I couldn't do that. I couldn't just go.
But even if you've seen them all, even if you've seen them before,
do you know
what I gotta do them on a run.
Is the 2 Towers one that just starts off and the absolute mayhem? There's just a battle straight away for about 40 minutes. Remember that?
I actually watched them in reverse order, Sean, just to annoy you. I watched the 3rd one first, then the 2nd one, and then...
Did I hear something about this show? Just as you said that now. Is there a new show on Netflix that you can watch in any order?
I heard about that though.
I remember reading something about it. It'll make sense in different ways if you watch it. You could watch episode 4 and then episode 1 and then episode 7 and then episode 3.
It sounds fucking genius.
How do you even go about that? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's on you can choose what to do next. Remember those books used to be get a book?
Well, no, there was that. I don't know if it is. Maybe it is like that. I don't know. I haven't seen it at all. But
I'm not sure there's choice in it. I think it's just whatever way you put them together will
tell a different story.
Show. Yeah,
that was some right. Imagine sitting down there,
Black Mirror thing, that Bandersnatch, which I'd never seen. That was an interactive one. You had to choose your next move. Right. It stopped them. Was all, does Fintan go into the garden or does he go over here? And you have to tell it where to go, and then a different scenario comes up. And don't know why I haven't seen it. I fucking love Black Mirror, and it's been out for years. That one, it's the only one I haven't seen.
There used to be books that got, but I remember Goosebumps. Sorry,
go to page such and such, and then it's all you're dead. Or the man died.
That's right.
You'd be all, I didn't go
there. I'm going back to that one. No. It was Goosebumps. Had a wee range of them. I remember.
He fucking died again. Maybe he died every time.
You're just saying about Black Mirror there. Sorry. Did you ever watch Severance? Was on Apple TV.
No.
Apple TV was on. Anyway, it was fucking amazing, man. It was out couple of years ago, and then waiting patiently for the 2nd season, and then it got hit by the writer's strike, and then they had fallen out and all in between, and one of the most amazing shows I've ever seen, and it was very much along the Black Mirror sort of thing. But just got news there today that the 2nd one's coming out on the 10th of January next year.
Because I think there was a trailer.
There's a trailer and all.
I don't watch it, but
no.
It's your man. I can't remember his name.
He was on Parks and Rec.
Right.
Just married. What do you call her? Blonde-haired girl.
Leslie.
No, your man that married Leslie.
Since Step Brothers 2, he was Will Ferrell's
Adam Scott.
Friggin'
brilliant actor.
Such a genius actor,
he's
man.
Brilliant. He's amazing in Parks and Rec too.
Oh, so good.
He comes in as the straight man, the character who's meant to be and he ends up without being in any way ridiculous, being the funniest fucking character. It's a testament to how good he is. You know what I mean? That he's actually playing the straight man, the normal one, but he ends up being the funniest among all these idiots.
And he's so geeky, and he does these things whoa. And then with the accountants.
And he's like the god. He can tell you anything, and they're just
Great show.
Calculator. And they're all like, oh, Jesus, get him in here now.
Martin, come in. Do you hear what he said now?
Oh, he's a cracker. Very good.
Yay. TV shows.
Well, hey, there's not many I normally know about, Clive.
No, that's true.
Severance, as I've probably telling you about Severance before, but so you go to work and they've come up with this system that when you go into work, you have this wee thing implanted in your head before you go. And it's in there until you leave the company or whatever. So when you go through the front door, this wee light goes on and a wee click happens in your brain and you forget about everything of your outside life, outside of work. So when you're in work, you're totally productive. You've got your work family, so to speak.
Few boys in here with him,
but then when you leave again, the same thing happens in reverse, so you remember nothing about your work. Oh my God, man.
I could be doing me one, you know, hey?
Well, do you know, that's the thing about that show. It does leave you thinking at the start, you're like, that would actually
but then obviously the ugly side of it rears its head, I'm sure.
Man.
Does sound very Black Mirror.
It is very Black Mirror, and again with Adam Scott in it too, man. Ben Stiller, he produces it, directs it.
He does a lot of that's what he does these days.
Yeah. So I check it out. But
I have no doubt, like, it's brilliant.
I would leave it until closer to the second
when it's coming out. You don't want to get caught out.
That weight, man. That weight.
Funny, you're chatting about shows. Marianne, I don't know, I might have talked about this in the podcast before, but Marianne flopped out one time, right? She was watching this show on Netflix. I started it with her, and I think I fell asleep and she watched on. It was called Manifest, right? And it's basically, the premise is these people get on a plane, anyway, grand, and then they fly over to our country and the plane lands, and then when they get the plane pulls up and they're about to get off and they see all these cops and like all these army and cops and everyone's around them, like, Jesus, what's going on here? So they come out and all the cops are looking wildly confused and kind of like weird, and nobody's telling them what's going on. They won't let them off the plane and all. It all comes to a head, and then they'll be like, what's going on? Why you let us off the plane? What's going on? And it basically be so long story short, this plane took off 3.5 years ago.
Wow.
And nobody on the plane has aged. And though they've just landed and they can't, the whole thing is like, how the fuck can we explain what has happened? They were up there for 5.5 years and now they're going back down as if it's only like 3 hours to them. Do you know what I mean? So she started watching it, and it was a wee bit obviously pure far-fetched, but she loved it, like, and she flew through the first season. And then on Netflix, and it just takes you to the next season. So she started watching the episode of episode 1 of the next season, and she was watching it and she was like, what the fuck's going on? And she was like, who the hell is this? And then there was somebody who died in season 1 and he was in it, and she was like, what the fuck? He died? What's going on? And I see, it turns out, and right,
but did he?
It was season 4.
No way. The dirtbags.
They didn't have, so they had season 1 of the show and season 4 of the show. They didn't have the season 2 and 3 on Netflix. So she started watching season 4 and been all like, and she realised then, she was all, this is fucking wrong. So I checked. I was actually me sitting there, so look, honey, it's season 4. She was, oh, what the fuck? So basically, but season 2's now on it, but the whole thing's just ruined for her completely. Because she's all like, I know your man's alive now. What the heck? No way. But I was like, that's fucking performer Netflix. What he's even at?
Yeah.
And I was all like, people might be, oh, don't bother having season 4. If you're not going to have season 2 and 3, don't put season 4 on there. Why would you? Like, do you know what I mean? Take it off.
It just sounds like Lost backwards.
Basically something like that. But then I just seconded her in. She never went back there.
I wouldn't blame her. Wouldn't blame me, Mark.
No.
That's the problem with shows. Like, I do watch an odd show, like, but you can't have 1 or 2 good seasons of a show anymore. Like Twin Peaks had 2 seasons and they were 2 gorgeous fucking seasons. And nowadays it's like fucking 15 seasons. And you're just going,
I think
like even one of the best shows I think of the last while that I've watched was Stranger Things, and like they should have ended it in 3, because 4 was just like, it was still good.
See, I don't know. I love season 4. I thought season 4 was brilliant.
Still brilliant, but it was like, I don't know. I just think, you know, I was kind of struggling, going, what else are they going to do with this?
No,
because they're just sort of
went a wee bit mad, but I found season 4 to be one of the most enjoyable in terms of TV too. It got a wee bit more adult, I think, and a wee bit more. But no, I think it changed a wee bit. Seasons like 1 to 3 where it was kind of like a wee teen sci-fi kind of thing. It got something a bit more in, but they realised they could turn it into this big. No, I love Stranger Things, but I know
there's
what
only
you mean.
1 season left, but like
that was affected by the writer's strike too, wasn't it?
I think so. I think a lot of things were, but
then something like that where it's mostly teenagers, isn't it? They're going to have aged
exactly
a lot over them couple
and
of years.
And they release like they get fucking about 2 years between each season coming out. Do you know what I mean? And you sort of be like, what was even going on? You lose interest on these things too.
And then there's Cobra Kai as well. I think that's season 6 or something now, like, and that's
Is it? Jesus.
but I don't have Netflix anymore.
That's
so
still
I
on
think
my watch list. I've never seen it.
it's just so fun.
Yeah,
but
no, I've heard
again,
it's
I
great
think
crack.
it's just went too far.
Do you know
Hey,
that show?
there's money to be made in these
That's
things.
always the way,
Do you know what
Brendan,
I mean?
isn't it? You get some fucking fat cat sitting at a desk, not going to go.
Aye.
Do you know what? We'll
Fair
finish it now at 5.
It's brilliant now. It's a great ending.
Aye,
do
let's just leave it at that.
A few more pounds to be made.
At the end of the day, it's a fucking business. And then at the end of the day, like, even though someone like me's going, oh, fucking another season, they should have ended it, I'm still going to watch the next one.
Oh, 100%.
So that's another viewer, like, the same amount of viewers or more. If you're spreading the word.
I watched Cobra Kai. I only watched it whenever I was doing night shifts before I'd left practice. So I was like, it actually got me through it nicely because it's just easy watching. You know, there wasn't too fucking. And then I haven't watched it again since. It was a wee bit too fucking mental. Like, it was a wee bit too far fetched. Like.
I think there was one season. I think it was season 3. It ended like the last episode was just about 60 kids fighting each other and throwing each other through windows and all. And it was the most fucking funniest thing I ever seen.
Like, there's a boy getting his face absolutely battered and kicked, and then he just turns around and hits the guy with a fly kick. You know, it's like, that's it over. It's like 50 people were just battering him in the head and didn't give a fuck at that. He had a wee bit of blood running down the side of his nose.
No, movies never realistically address that. Like, if that happened in my life, head would be on the pulp. Do you know what I mean? Like, squashed.
So many of them, is there?
There's a few more. There's the Godfather trilogy, Chris Nolan's Batman.
What about Stephen Nolan's Batman? Is that on the list?
Nobody wants to see it.
Belfast Man. There's I'll mention a couple of there's the Man with No Name trilogy. Like, that's a good trilogy. You've got A Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more, westerns. And The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Never seen it. I've
Really?
seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but Sergio Leone.
Brilliant. Clint Eastwood.
Wow.
Definitely seen bits and pieces of
that was very
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Fucking cracker.
Do you know why they're called spaghetti westerns?
Because they all eat spaghetti.
Yes.
Yep.
No. They were filmed in Italy.
Right.
Because it was cheaper to film in Italy. So that's why they're called spaghetti westerns.
There you go. It's very on the nose name.
I knew that. That's what I said, but I just used different terminology.
They were in Italy, Sean, so you were right because they all ate spaghetti.
I love spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. I haven't had a spaghetti day this week, but it's still early.
It's only
Tuesday. It's only Tuesday.
Is it even Tuesday? I don't even know anymore.
It is.
Back to the Future, Evil Dead.
I was going to come up Back to the Future.
The Born.
I was going to say the Evil Future.
Back to the Dead.
I think the future is going to be evil.
Back to the Future, I think, is my favourite trilogy. I would definitely.
It's a good contender anyway for the top spot.
Yeah.
The Bourne movies.
Oh, up there too. But then did they not make another one then after? But then that made Matt Damon.
But we're still honouring things that were trilogies.
Aye.
If they've added a few more since, not our problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Cracker trilogy.
Amazing.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Naked Gun. Planet of the Apes. Toy Story.
Naked Gun 2.5. What was the third one?
Naked Gun 33 and a third.
33 and a third.
33 and a third.
33 and a third.
I'll just end with good old Simon Pegg, the Cornetto trilogy.
Never seen it.
No, so you've got Shaun of the Dead.
Because they're always talking about Cornettos.
Hot Fuzz and
The World's End.
That's the Cornetto trilogy.
I actually saw a pub. It probably is the pub in London called The World's End in Camden.
I had seen a photo of that.
It must be like it has to be. It looks exactly like it, and it's The World's End. It's called. Do you know what I mean? The Cornetto trilogy. I seen that online when I was researching. I wonder what that was, but it's obviously because they always talk about cornettos in each film. Do you know what I mean?
Or it's referenced, or
like in the first film, Nick Frost is sitting playing the computer, and Simon Pegg comes on. He's like, "You want in the shop?" And he just goes Cornetto, and then the next one they have cornettos in the cop car. And then he gets brain freeze or something. He was like, I guess here. Then The World's End. It didn't. Only watched The World's End once, and I don't remember caring for it that much. Compared to the other two, to be honest.
I wasn't up there.
I found it a bit silly and a bit stupid. Brilliant cast, amazing cast in it. Like Paddy Considine, Rafe Spall, and all's in it too, aren't they? But I'll watch it again, but at the time I was kind of shite.
I think I've seen that in the cinema.
I've seen it in the cinema too, yeah.
But like
Same reaction.
Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz were both absolutely amazing.
they were
like
class,
two of the best films I've seen in terms of like the action and comedy mix. I love when films can do that mix of like it's a comedy film, but the action actually keeps you engaged too.
Yeah, they're good at both the things.
We have a big one this week in the cinema. We've got well, this is going out Monday, so it'll be out already. But Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's right.
So that'll be exactly what you're just explaining there.
Are we talking two separate movies here?
No,
they're getting together.
Oh, what?
Aye, so Deadpool 3 is, since Deadpool now is owned by Marvel, by Disney.
Aye.
So Fox, had, what do you call it? Ownership last time. Anyway, Fox had X-Men and Deadpool and stuff like that. So Disney obviously bought all those characters. I don't know how they all got separated in the first place, but they were. And Disney obviously is trying to fucking buy them all back so they can just expand their universe. So this is like, Hugh Jackman said he was retired as Wolverine, playing Wolverine, but then he came back for this movie. So it's interesting.
Better be good then.
But it looks like a body cop movie. Like it looks like it's going to be fucking hilarious.
Well, if it's anything like I could see, because like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine films were all quite serious, weren't they? Really, and like Deadpool's obviously a complete take the hand. So it'll be interesting to see what way they go with.
It's when they break the fourth wall. I love that shit. So they talk about Disney and they talk about Fox and they talk about like, you know, I think it was the last Deadpool movie that came to Xavier school for mutants or whatever, and it's like there was only like 2 X-Men there, and he's all like, "Where's all the other X-Men? Like, what did you not have the money to like, you know, the money or the rights? They have them all in it. Why is there only 2 X-Men in the entire house?"
Deadpool movies did a lot of that themselves too, didn't they?
I think I would like to see that, even though I still haven't forgiven that Reynolds her. Like,
I know, disturbing your dreams one night, being an arsehole in your room.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, but definitely
typical like Hollywood dickhead.
Just head up his hole, Brendan. That's what it is.
I like him.
Well,
I love Ryan Reynolds, but I don't appreciate him calling the Fintan streams and
I don't like that.
about things.
A bit of solidarity here, Sonny boy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. He's not coming on. We had him on next week as a guest.
Yeah,
until this is resolved.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you might have a wee link there, because he's owner of Wrexham, and James McLean, Derryman, plays for Wrexham. You get word of James McLean, and you get James. James, do you want to come on the podcast? And then be all, see while you're at it, go and shout Ryan Reynolds and Mac too.
Because it would be amazing to have James on himself, like.
Of course, and
then James would be a good link then after, you know, because like obviously we'll become best friends with James McLean, and we'll be going over the football matches
Ryan Reynolds
and all.
We'll be going to each other, and you know,
over the
we'll be foursome, and then we'll be doing fours. 4 being a significant number on the podcast.
Yeah.
With James.
That's what's going to happen.
With Jimmy.
Yeah. And then he might be able to just make it better between me and Ryan.
And that'll be our wee, like, pave the way, and all the Hollywood celebrities in. They'll be fucking queuing up in. When can I be on it? Go on, chill out, would you? Fucking Ryan Gosling.
George Clooney.
Give me a tiny brief here.
Ryan, that's a lot of Ryans.
I know, it's the first person I could think of.
Who's next then? Ryan Adams.
Ryan Adams, get to the bottom of Chapel Road and wait with the rest of them, because there's a fucking queue the whole way up to Sean's house here.
Oh, Jesus. Monday, maybe.
Don't be jumping it.
There's a few people I'd rather. Who would you want on? Who would you if you could get anybody on this podcast?
Like one celebrity?
Let's call them a celebrity.
Right.
Okay.
Because that's what they are.
That's what they are, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
just doing their jobs. Just doing their jobs.
Just have one on just to have the fucking crack.
Well, do you know what I like? See, this isn't even the terms of crack. This is just, this is just somebody I'd always would love to get a chat to, like over a couple of pints or something. And it's not going to be well exciting. You're going to be off, Jesus. But Louis through. I'd love to get a fucking chat.
He'd be an interesting boy.
I think he's actually brilliant crack too.
He is.
Despite all his, he's a brilliant documentary maker and a brilliant interviewer. But I reckon he'd be great crack. He could sat and get a chat to him.
Yeah, could definitely take that.
Louis through. I'll get him on.
I'd love to get Carl Pilkington on.
Oh, 100%.
I know he's done the whole fucking podcast thing, like, and
he would suit our vibe too.
He would,
talking shit,
crack, like.
moaning about stuff.
Yeah.
or Ricky Gervais for that matter, or Stephen Merchant. I'll have anyone. These lads, these are listening them all.
I'm not sure about Gervais anymore. I think he needs a good kick in the balls. Like.
Well, maybe you get a bit too big and you get too big for your boots, don't you? But
and do you know what? I can't even listen back to the old podcasts anymore with Carl and Ricky. It's mad how you're fucking. When it first came out, I thought it was brilliant, but I don't know. I just think he's a fucking arsehole now, to be honest with you.
no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Just the way he's constant. Like, he always needs somebody to be putting down.
To be slagging. Yeah.
Like, he's not funny on his own. Like, he just... And, like, this thing that he does now at the moment, it's like, woke people. Right. I'm not going to say anything bad here, so don't be doing this, but Down syndrome people. You know what I mean? It's like, stop punching down.
I always just love his writing. The shows he's done. Do you know what I mean?
But then, do you know, and then at the same time, how much of that was down to Merchant?
Oh, I know. Big Stevie boy.
So we'll have Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington, and Gervais will have to work for it.
That's all right. You can show us you can behave yourself, and then you can come on, sort of thing. That's what we'll do.
Gervais just happens to be next door. Did you hear all that, Ricky?
Ricky!
Jesus, I don't know. It's a tough one.
It's a big question. You asked it.
I think
I don't know what I say. Fucking can't.
I didn't prepare me.
No.
I know you are thinking I'm going to say John Cusack or something, but it's not even like.
No.
I don't think. I don't know. I
don't think you'd be able to speak if John Cusack was here.
I don't think it's Jack Black on. He'd be good crack too. Enjoy a bit of Jackus Blackus.
Well, I think the obvious one for me would be Blind Boy Book Club. Like
Blind Boy.
Of course, Blind Boy.
I think he'd be just good crack. And even Lemmy. Do you know Lemmy?
Oh,
I love Lemmy. Yeah.
Lemmy
So
class too.
I think I was fortunate enough to see them two doing a live podcast.
Did you see their live one? It was class.
A couple of years back.
No
Fuck!
way.
Just before it was just at the beginning of lockdown, just about 2 weeks before lockdown or a week before, and it was in Glasgow, and in a stadium with about 4,000 people. And COVID was rife. Like COVID was like already like on the fucking. But we were in there. Luckily, he had to cancel the rest of his show. So lucky.
That was the last one he did.
So lucky to see it. And it was
class.
fucking magic. And I think it's on it's on Spotify or whatever. Acast. You can hear the live one. Like so that recording. I mean, sorry.
I actually listened to it out of walk during lockdown. Maybe headphones. Some crack.
I've seen Blind Boy about 4 times now, I think, live, and that was the best. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Nice.
So them two would be good crack.
Yeah.
Just sort of, yeah. Or one or the other.
I would say if I had to choose between the two, and there's not a wide lot between the two, but I think I would choose Lemmy.
I'd love a good chat to Blind Boy too. And then like the Pope, we'll get the Pope on.
Get the
Pope. See what he has to say for himself.
Right, Pope, what have you got to say for yourself?
Man, what's the story now?
We're just speaking in Latin and we were sitting all what?
Yeah, he'll be all fucking Father, Son, and Holy Ghost and all that crap. Yeah.
I don't know. That's not Latin.
Do you know who I would love? And either as the two of them together or separately, the Gallagher brothers.
All right,
Liam and Noel.
Right. Yep.
I think I'd be just two funny boys, like, and great stories.
I think Liam more. I think Noel obviously is the better songwriter, but like Liam just, I think he's
better crack probably. Noel's can be a bit grumpy.
He can be a grumpy.
Liam just seems like he's up for the crack. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Liam would be funny.
Yeah.
Let's get Liam. Come on the podcast.
If you're listening.
Mind the time you were in Oasis. Do you ever think he'll get back?
No, because I think Noel's just he's just going to keep it that way. I don't think he'll turn like.
About 3.5% of me thinks that they're going to just like this is a whole facade, and then they're just going to fucking in about 2 years go Oasis with Bonehead and Giggsy and what do you call your man, Steve White or something, the drummer.
See, I don't
get them all back.
I don't think the two boys do things like that. Like what you see is what you get. You know, they've always been what you see is what you get. I know there is always this thing about are they speaking in the background and it's a publicity thing they drive up. Their whole.
I think if that was going to happen, it probably would have happened.
Would have happened now.
Do you know what I mean? They've been at it for years, like.
But then, like,
Noel's stubborn as fuck. Like,
they might do it before. You know that retirement fund is probably looking very good right now. So
exactly.
I never know.
But I don't think neither of their solo stuff has been great compared to Oasis' stuff. Like some of Noel's stuff, High Flying Bird stuff was pretty good. Some of it. The first album was good. Second one I thought was kind of shite. But
I never got on that.
I never got into any Liam's solo stuff, if I'm being brutally honest.
No.
I think his stuff has been better. the Knowles solo stuff. To be honest, I don't know. I think just
First High Flying Birds album was really good, and a lot of good songs on it. One of my actually favourite songs that Noel Gallagher's ever written is on that album. If I Had a Gun, you hear that one? Fucking beautiful wee tune, brilliant song. But no, Liam stuff. I'm just to be fair, I haven't really listened to it either. I'm sitting here slabbering, talking shit. I haven't actually given it a chance. So
I think BDI. It was a BDI.
BDI, and then he left BDI, and then it was just
Liam Gallagher.
BDI still sounded a bit Oasis, like it was still
very much so, because Game and the other guy was in them and all. They just
They get that fun bad together.
I actually put on the one of my favorite albums when I was younger was The Master Plan. I fucking loved that. And apparently that was supposed to be their...
That was all B-sides, like.
But it was supposed to be like the next album. But I thought it was... There was some... what my favourite Oasis songs on that? Stay Young.
Stay Young?
Aye.
Jeez, I don't think I know that one.
Hey,
no, you would know it, like.
Probably know what they hear.
And invincible. I can't
Because we know just what you are.
Come with me.
We're unstoppable.
It's not jumping out at me. I'll have a wee listen to it after. We'll see.
That is a good tune. I think what it's going to come down to with them two boys is either going to be the make or break. Their mother's getting old.
Aye.
And that was the linchpin in the family. And it could go either way. They could go, right, I could bring them back together and go, right, what the fuck were we doing?
What's the point in this?
Or I could just drive them further apart.
See you after.
I think they're going to come out on stage holding hands and announce that Oasis is the gang. Again. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to invite the two of them, the Tank and Skinnies, and they won't know that the two of them's coming.
It's a good idea, sure.
And they're going to come down.
2 scones down, one
two
of them's
scones,
vegan.
2 fucking gorgeous soft scones with flora, jam, cream. I don't take a cream, obviously, and 2 cups of coffee. And they're going to come on, and I'll be all,
and then they're just going to fight to the death.
No, they're going to go, what the fuck are you doing? Who the fuck, why the fuck are you here? What the fuck are you doing here? And then the next thing they'll be, them scones smell fucking lovely, let's have a wee bite. And then the next thing they'll be holding hands, walking up the fucking beach, walking up a town in Buncrana.
We'll be up on Liam's back. Just, whoa! They're doing that thing. Do you ever see that thing where 2 men, like circus people, they like do cartwheels, but they're like, one's upside down. So they're like, they're doing that there.
Up fucking Buncrana.
Whilst holding the pink and white ice cream.
They're going for it again. Because they're Irish men, like, apparently.
They are, they both hold on to that Irishness well.
They do very much so.
They're very proud of their Irish roots.
I enjoyed when after Liam had left Oasis and then he went through, like, he had rock bottom, because that was his life. Like. And then when he started doing a bit of songwriting and that, the first place he played the song was in a wee fucking country pub in the middle of Mayo.
Right.
He was over in his holidays and the guys were saying, get the fucking guitar out there, young Gallagher, go on. You know, and he just felt so at home and at ease with them, and he started playing it and they were all his fucking class, and that gave him the confidence to go,
brilliant.
Do you know what, I can do something.
There you go.
Yeah,
because their mad and dad both Irish, aren't they? Or is it their grandparents?
Both. No,
their mad and dad as well, so they're basically 100% Irish.
Yeah,
grew up in Manchester. Just
their ma's from County Mayo and their dad was from County Meath.
Right.
So there you go.
There you have it there, folks.
And how'd the two of them meet? Oh my god, I'm so bad today. I'm rusty.
Yeah, I'm rusty.
I'm rusty. Does it still say rusty?
It does say rusty in the wall out there.
Does it still say it?
It does.
Oh dear.
So is this the wall that we went out to for the photo? So we always take a photo. We always take a photo for each episode, and today's photo was out at a wall. The wall. Sorry, the wall.
The wall.
Up in
don't you be giving away my address.
Okay. So it was a place that people used to come to watch the fireworks in Derry. Was that it?
That is it. It used to be the spot, the spot in the fucking water side anyway. And I'm telling you, because before I lived in the street, my grandparents lived here, but we used to come down to watch the fireworks down here. So then I moved here when I was about 12. And then, but as I say, when we went over today, you used to be able to see the whole city side. Gorgeous, especially at night. But it's just, as you see now, the trees are
huge by trees there.
100 feet tall.
See nothing.
300 feet tall. But then I love trees and foliage and shit, so I don't want them cut down.
Yeah.
I like all the trees.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. You'd have some crack out there as a Wayne. It was all like we pathways through the trees and all, and like
we had huts.
Crack
You always had a lighter and you were trying to light things.
well, see, there was like a wee shelf. Somebody had a wee shelf in there. Did you see that with a couple of bottles on it?
What?
Down there? There was like a wee, somebody like built a wee thing up against the tree and there was bottles sitting on it.
Bottles of what?
Just like bottles of like Coke or whatever, like empty.
If it's meant beer.
No, I actually thought they were bongs at the start, but they weren't. They didn't seem to have any bong.
Any other paraphernalia attached?
No, just
how do you know
bottles.
what a bong looks like, Mr. Mann?
Read about them in the school
Wikipedia.
book about what not to be doing. It's just, I'm not doing that anyway. That's ridiculous.
How not to be bad.
Exactly.
How to be good.
Definitely never made one before.
So if we had a band that you could bring onto the show, so obviously we've already said that, like the Gallagher brothers, but a full band, who you could bring back, or you could go back in time and interview in their heyday, or have on the chat about.
I think straight away jumped into my head, biggest cliche ever, but I'd love to get a chat to the Beatles, see what was going on with them.
You know what I mean?
And the Kinks too. Apparently Ray Davis was a bit of a wanker by all accounts.
So here, great songwriter.
Oh, amazing songwriter. But I remember hearing Blind Boys podcast before. Him and Dave, the wee brother, they used to they got banned from America. They got banned from touring in America, and Blind Boys has a theory that's why they never made it as big as the Beatles, because they couldn't break America because they got banned very early in their career by basically just being wee rats. And like apparently Ray and Dave used to punch the fuck out of each other on stage and like get into big fights and like storm off stage and throw guitars at each other and all. Americans were just all gone away out of that there. The Beatles were like really nice guys and the Kinks were like badasses, do you know what I mean? But I still love to get them on, but what is that, boys?
What the fuck
sort it out.
Yeah. Queen would be a good one. Not the Queen. Queen the band.
Queen the band.
Yeah. Suppose any of the big bands. We wouldn't be turning them away, like.
I'm on about the Queen again.
Yeah. Plus we're the podcast. Here.
But it's video.
You always do stuff like that. I always be all like, was it about that size there? And you realise, no, nobody can see. Well, people could see if they wanted to, but most people are probably just listening.
Yeah.
They're already on about.
Yeah.
We should do the podcast in sign language someday. But it'll be on video. So I know a wee bit. Hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Thanks. See?
That's good there, definitely. We'll keep up a full hour.
I shouldn't have said it.
No, you're supposed to say it. You're supposed to mouth the words as well.
That's right. Yeah.
So a band they bring on. I'm gonna just go with do you know, I think when you say you have a favourite band or a favourite movie, I think it's all circumstantial. Like sometimes mine revolve. Do you know what I mean? Depends on
the mood you're in, what you're doing, where you are in your life.
100%.
Like a certain part of your life where a film might actually be more representative of where you are. Like so, but band wise, I think the one that just hit the top of my head, Def Leppard. So, because I've loved those guys since I was about 12, 13. So, I'd probably have them on and get a good chat. See, Joe Elliott too, the singer, he lives in Dublin. He's got a house in Dublin, like so. He's from Sheffield, but he fucking loves Dublin. And then Fabian Campbell, the one of the guitarists, he's from Belfast. So like like Fav and Joe would be great to have on. Get a wee chat, even though the rest of the boys would be interesting too. But I'd love to get them two on. Chat them boys.
There you go. If you're listening, lads.
See what the crack was.
Didn't they release lately, well, in the last year or so, orchestral versions of the songs? Yeah. Sounds amazing. Have you heard any of that?
I actually don't know much about Def Leppard. I know you're always a big fan. I know like maybe a couple of the big songs, but I've never actually listened to them much, to be honest. I must do that.
Listen to their album, Hysteria.
That's the one you mentioned before.
87.
I know they got a one-armed drummer, isn't that right?
That's right there.
Rick Allen.
It always reminds me of her Brona, that album. She's still a huge Def Leppard fan, like, but that's when I would have started listening to them, sort of.
I don't know why I always missed out on them. I just never really they're just a band that always slipped past me. I never really.
Hysteria start to finish. So I was again fortunate enough to see they toured Hysteria again, like I'd say about 6 or 7 years ago, and I went out in Belfast with my parents, and it was fucking brilliant. They just played, like, imagine one of your favorite albums of all time
just play it
being played by one of your favorite bands,
nice,
from start to finish, and it was incredible. And then they went off stage and came on and did a few of their hits.
That's perfect. That's what you want.
See, when they came on and played some of their greatest hits, they came on as the best Def Leppard tribute band ever. even though they were Def Leppard.
No,
But it was fucking brilliant the way they did
What do you
it.
mean?
Nice.
They just came on and said we're the greatest Def Leppard tribute band in the world,
Right,
and played
They
some of their big
big
hits.
hits, aye.
And it was just it. I don't know. It was just brilliant.
Nice
fair,
Something
touch,
else.
yeah.
fair play to them.
So that. What about you, Fintan?
Yeah, few of the above, the Beatles, Queen.
Oh, you said Queen. Sorry, you did,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah.
The Queen.
I was jokingly trying to think, like when you said what band, like the whole band, I was jokingly trying to think of a band with like loads of members on it, but I
I
couldn't.
didn't know where they put them.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I couldn't think of any, so the joke fell flat in his face before it even got going.
Do you know what you have to think too? Like, who do you follow on, say, Instagram from bands? Like, I follow Def Leppard, but I don't follow individual Def Leppard members.
No.
But I just thought of a band member of a band, obviously. A band member of a band.
A band member of a band?
A band member
Ooh,
of
fuck.
a band that I follow because I just think he's an interesting fucking fellow. And it's Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
They're all buck mad, them
so
boys.
I follow him. I just have a fascination with him. I think he's fucking brilliant. He's an absolute craftsman too. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing
yes.
bassist.
but he's just got this like really interesting life. Like every time he's posting up, and I've listened to like musical recommendations that he's put up, and some fucking brilliant stuff. Like, and just his whole lifestyle and the stuff he does, and his dress sense, and the things he does. I just think he'd be fucking cracker.
Aye.
And I think he'd be sitting up like this.
I'd be something like a
He'd
weirdo.
be like sitting like this. And he'd probably just fucking around me a bass too. So I think he'd be great.
Yeah. About for that.
I'd love to get another chat to Dave Grohl too. He seems like a pure gent.
Dave Grohl.
Dave, be good crack.
He'll be brilliant crack.
He's
Yeah.
full of chat, that boy.
Do you know wee thing puts? There's wee things that put me off. Like if you've seen before, like movies and stuff, like or actors and that. Just wee like Austin Powers movies. Too many people quoting them and stuff. But like Red Hot Chili Peppers. See the amount of people that I've heard talking who are conspiracy theorists.
Right.
And they've quoted the line, "Space may be."
Oh, from
Space may be
Californication
the
about
final thought. Did you not hear? Did you not hear? It's hidden in the fucking song, Red Hot Chili Peppers, that the moon landing was fake. It's like, even if they did put it on, who the fuck are they?
Exactly.
You know,
but I think most Red Hot Chili Pepper fans would tell you that Anthony Kiedis' lyrics are fucking nonsense. He was off his head and fucking acid most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, there's like some big conspiracy thing going around now about all the lyrics from Californication.
He does say
predicted all these bad things in the world. No, it's a pile of shite. No harm these. What else?
Like them all.
Eh?
Like all the conspiracies.
Yeah.
Well, like there's a lot of things I
think they're brilliant, but the stuff that they come out with is brilliant.
Oh no, it's brilliant. But it's pure entertainment. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they're not like predicting the future by saying all this stuff. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But I don't know. I didn't see that one, but I've seen a video and it was like the boy was like pausing after each line, well, like what do you think? And I'm all, just play the song and shush.
Aye, the guy's a fucking songwriter. He writes great tunes. Like he's not telling you what's happening in the world at the moment.
But surely like people were doing that years. What the fuck? Did you ever hear "I Am a Walrus"? I am the Walrus by fucking Beatles.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck's that?
Just
I am, he is, we, and we, and she, and
music.
we, and we are all together.
Sitting on a cornflake.
Yeah, it's pure drugs.
Do you ever hear Beatles song? I actually listened to the Sgt. Pepper album recently. It's fucking brilliant. But that song on it, "Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kate." Do you ever hear that? No. It's absolute. I think it's genius. But I couldn't listen to it tonight. When you go to listen to the lyrics and try and tell me what you think it's about, it's just utter mayhem, nonsense. But it's genius. The way it throws the words. I think it's a John Lennon song. The way it throws the words together and all. It's just
I must give it a listen.
fucking brilliant.
But
I couldn't tell you what it's about or what it's for.
Like I've been reading, dipping in and out of John Lennon has a book called The Penguin, and you should fucking read that.
Yeah.
Like it's just I don't get any stories in it. And there's poems, it's stories and poems and illustrations, and it's fucking brilliant. But I just don't get any of it.
You don't know what's going on.
Fucking whack.
You're
Well,
just
you see,
enjoying it,
Lennon's hard to fucking get anyway, because Lennon's peace and love, but I'm not sure how much he was underneath it all, you know.
No, you always hear stories. He was a bit in our hole too.
He fucking was
a lot of things.
Yeah, physically abused.
Physically abusing, apparently a bit of a homophobe and a bit of this and a bit of that, you know what I mean? But
see anybody that goes too far, I'm this or I'm that, 9 times out of 10 get the fuck
not.
like you're covering something like. So I think we'll end it on that. What do you think, boys?
On that peace and love note.
Are we all for that, Sean?
Jesus. Need me maker. Sorry,
3 is a magic number.
Lads, it's been an absolute pleasure as always, and
As
we're finishing
always.
up on 103. It was
We are
103.33 when I looked at the time.
So what
there.
will it say? Jesus.
That
We should
looks
have done 3 hours.
We should.
We'll do 3 hours, right?
Right, let's go for it.
I know, because I had all these facts and they were great.
Oh, have you got facts?
I've got loads of facts. Love.
Fire the facts out before
No, I
we go
don't
here,
really.
Sean.
I did like this one. I'll say one. There
Go.
was a good one.
Now, this
Brains-
is the finisher. Hold on. This is and if
no,
you want to
there's
look
too
over
much.
them again, there's
That is-
one for a big finish here.
that's
Sean's facts of the day.
it's not good. I was just going to end on that I have 3 nipples.
Right? Do you actually?
No.
It's disappointing.
Sure, you would know.
I suppose
honey.
I would. Suppose I would.
No. They're not good enough for a finisher. You've put too much pressure
I
on
know,
me.
I was only a bit of dick.
I think I proved myself. So I'm not going to move. No, I did like this. It's not going to be. It's not going to
let's
blow
have it.
people away.
Let's-
They're
let's-
go for it,
let's-
go for it.
People's
let's have
probably
it.
switch off right now if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
Just switch off. Don't be listening.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Grow
this
up.
has been Mind the Time podcast. For anybody else who wants to listen on to this, continue. But for the rest of you, good night, goodbye.
No.
I just like this one thing. Brains are pattern seeking machines. Our brains are pattern seeking machines.
Right.
And 3 is the smallest number we need to create a pattern. I love that.
True enough. Aye, it's, I'll tell you what, you undersold it. That is
Definitely
quite a good
undersold it.
finisher.
Hey, come back. Anybody that turned off, come back.
exactly.
Come back.
I'll read it again.
It was strangely uplifting.
I'll read it again. No, do you know what? I'll do an entire podcast on my own, just saying that one line over and over and over
Excellent.
in sign language.
So our brains like patterns, and 3 is the minimum number
minimum.
you need. They make a pattern. Take that home with you.
Absolutely
Bit of indie.
delicious.
That's
Yeah.
stunning.
Bit of Dundee.
Do you know everybody's going to be listening to this on a Monday morning, and that's just going to make their whole week a
Yep.
hell of a lot better, Sean.
It is.
Keeping out they work.
You're welcome
Yeah.
in advance. And if you're listening in like 3 years' time or something, you're welcome.
There you go. Exactly.
So this has been Mind the Time podcast with the 3 lads.
It has.
Thank you very much, Brendan.
No bar, hey.
And thank you very much, Shawnee boy.
You're welcome. I aim to please.
Lovely stuff. And thank you everybody who is listening. And I hope you have a fantastic week at work. My name's Fintan Harvey, Jamie the lads, Brendan Mahan, Sean Kerry. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram,
All those
YouTube,
things.
all that crack. Give it a wee share, do all the likes and smashing the like button and all that sort of
Hit
stuff.
the
they talk
Jesus,
about.
or it'll break your keyboard hitting the like button.
Just punch shout at it.
Or nobody, what a keyboard, what am I with keyboard? What is it, the fucking 90s? Smash your phone in the bits by hitting that like button.
This has
I
been
still
Mind
have
the
a
Time.
keyboard.
I don't know, but like, you don't like things with a keyboard. Do you? I don't know. We'll get into that next week.
Stay tuned, folks. This has been Mind the Time podcast.
After, hey.
Good luck.
Schlam.